Hello, dear friends. How's it going? Here's Engin, your guy from New York City. Today, we're gonna have another trip in Manhattan, New York City. We're going to drive along Fifth Avenue all the way from the beginning of Central Park until the end of Fifth Avenue at Washington Square Park. That's what you should do when you are in New York as a tourist or a visitor, especially when you are here for the first time. What we're gonna see during this trip are like Central Park, Guggenheim Museum, Metropolitan Museum, the Plaza Hotel, Trump Tower, Rockefeller Center, Empire State Building, Flatiron Building, and Washington Square Park. I hope you will enjoy today's trip. Let's hit the road again.
Fifth Avenue. This is where we start to head south on Fifth Avenue, 110th Street. We're going to have Central Park on our right-hand side all the way from the north end of Central Park till south end. Central Park is an urban park in New York City located between the Upper East Side and Upper West Side of Manhattan. It is the fifth largest park in the city by area. This park covers 843 acres. It's been created between the years 1857 and 1876, and the architect of the park was Frederick Law Olmsted and the Colbert Works. Central Park is one of the most visited locations in New York City. 42 million visitors only in 2016 visit Central Park. Central Park is designed for various purposes. It has walking and running paths, baseball fields, lawns for picnicking and just for laying down, 8 lakes and ponds, a small creek and a waterfall, and woods, many different bridges and underpasses and castle, restaurants, gardens, temporary built amusement park with a carousel inside it, and also an ice skate rink in the winter. For more detailed information about Central Park, you can watch my Central Park video by clicking the card on top. On the left-hand side is one of the biggest hospitals in the country. It's Mount Sinai Hospital. It's founded in 1852, is one of the oldest and largest teaching hospitals in the United States. It's located on the Upper East Side at the border of Harlem between Fifth Avenue and Madison Avenue. The entire Mount Sinai health system has over 7,400 physicians as well as 3,815 beds and delivers over 16 babies a year. In 2019 and 20, the hospital was ranked 14th among nearly 5,000 hospitals in the United States. The next building to the main one is the Kravis Children's Hospital, which provides comprehensive pediatric specialties, infants, children, teens, and young adults. As we head down to south on Fifth Avenue, you might be seeing some roads going through Central Park, which are called Transverse Streets. These are 4 transverse streets in Central Park that cross the Central Park from east side to the west or the other way around. Now we are literally in Museum Mile. Museum Mile is the name for a section of the street running from 82nd Street till 110th Street on the Upper East Side. This is a mile-long section of Fifth Avenue with 9 museums in it. These are the Africa Center, El Museo del Barrio, Museum of the City of New York, the Jewish Museum, Cooper Hewitt Museum, National Academy Museum, Solomon Guggenheim Museum, Neue Galerie in New York, and the Metropolitan Museum of Art. The one on the left side is Cooper Hewitt Smithsonian Design Museum. As we move on, you'll see the Salman Guggenheim Museum. And a bit after that, next museum is going to be the Neue Gallery. And now, on the right-hand side, what we're going to see is the Metropolitan Museum of Art. That's the most important museum of New York. The Metropolitan Museum of Art of New York City, also called the Met. Met is the largest art museum in the United States. Its permanent collection contains over 2 million works divided among 17 curatorial departments. The museum's permanent collection consists of works of art from classical antiquity and ancient Egypt, paintings and sculptures from nearly all the European masters, and the extensive collection of American and modern art. As we approach to the south side of Central Park, on the right-hand side ahead you will be able to notice the taller skyscrapers, which are relatively new in the city. Actually, the constructions are still going on at these buildings. The one on the left, which is very tall and thin, called 111 West 57th Street, with 1,428 feet, which makes 435 meters. And the one on the right is also tall and thin, again on 57th Street, and it's called Central Park Tower, with the height of 1,550 feet, which is 472 meters. On 59th Street, where Central Park ends and Midtown Manhattan starts, the opening at southwest corner of Central Park called Grand Army Plaza, where you can also notice the Plaza Hotel on the right side. One of the most important landmarks of New York City. You might remember this building from many different movies like Home Alone 2. Right across the street on the left-hand side, you can see the flagship store of Apple in New York City. We can consider ourselves right in the heart of New York, where you will start to see the most important buildings and fancy stores. At the left-hand side, there is Trump Tower with Tiffany jewelry in it. Also very famous and important hotels such St. Regis on the left-hand side and Peninsula Hotel on the right-hand side as we continue to head down to south. Now on the left-hand side, we have that very important Cathedral of New York City, right in the center of Manhattan. St. Patrick's Cathedral right across the Rockefeller Center. St. Patrick's Cathedral is a Catholic cathedral in the Midtown Manhattan. When we look at the Rockefeller Center on the right-hand side, we can see it's a large complex consisting of 19 commercial buildings covering 22 acres, which makes 89,000 square meter between 48th and 51st Street, the area between 5th and 6th Avenue. The original center has several sections like Radio City Music Hall, 30 Rockefeller Plaza. Rockefeller Center has been declared a New York City landmark in 1985, a National Historic Landmark in 1987. It's noted for the large quantities of art present in almost all of its Art Deco buildings. The complex is also famous for its annual lighting of the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. Again, on the left-hand side, right after St. Patrick's Cathedral, again right across Rockefeller Center, Saks Fifth Avenue, facing directly 30 Rockefeller Center. Saks Fifth Avenue is one of the biggest chain retail stores, but this one is the flagship store right on Fifth Avenue. When it comes to Christmas times, it's one of the most attractive places in New York City. They cover the building's face with thousands of LED lights where they perform stunning light shows. When you are in New York City during your Christmas time, this is not the place you will want to miss. Flatiron building, originally the Fuller building, is a triangular 22-story, 285-foot long, which makes 87-meter, steel-framed landmark building. This building designed by Daniel Barnum and Frederick Dinkelberg. It was one of the tallest buildings in the city upon its 1902 completion at 20 floors high.
Trust my senses, catch me if I fall. So done with second guessing, you seem to have it all.
Washington Square Park is about 10-acre, in other words, nearly 40,000 square meter public park in the Greenwich Village neighborhood of Lower Manhattan, New York City. One of the best known of New York City's public parks. It's an icon as well as meeting place and center for cultural activity. The park is an open space dominated by Washington Square Arch at the northern gateway to the park. The park's fountain area has long been one of the city's most popular spots, and many of the local buildings have it one-time service homes and studios for artists. Many buildings have been built by New York University.
I don't get it, I must be high, but I'm just guessing. It's something in the way you talk. I'll show my hand, let's play it out. Putting my heart up on the table. I really trust my senses. Catch me if I fall. So done with second guessing. You seem to have it all. In love enough for anything. Emotional too soon. You got my invitation. Now the rest is up to you. Kiki rendezvous. Make some time for me.
Alright guys, this was today's trip. I hope you enjoyed this sightseeing tour. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any other New York City videos. Please take care of yourselves and see you at next video. Bye now. Cheers.